So Halo Infinite Forge has been out for like a little less than 2 weeks, and we already have incredible creations that my mind could never come up with itself. Seriously, I am no map creator, I am no detailed artist on 3D models or any of this, so the stuff that we're seeing in this game is honestly incredible, made by the community, and the tools that 343 provides are actually incredible. I wouldn't say this is the comeback update of Halo Infinite, but it is definitely the biggest update it has gotten so far. While it might not bring back a ton of people, the community that plays this game are going to thrive and love it because everything about Forge is incredible and I love it and everybody else seems to love it too. Today I figured I would show you my favorite Forge maps that I've come across so far, my favorite Forge games, and all that stuff, and I'll kind of compile it into a list in this video, and I'll leave timestamps for each map, and let you see what you want to see, and you can skip to wherever you want, and it's totally fine. And yeah, this game has a ton of map remakes from the old games, it has map remakes from other games, mainly Call of Duty, it has fun mini games like Paintball or like Duck Hunt, it has incredible art pieces of maps that just look better than dev-made maps, and it's actually incredible how much detail you can put into these maps. So without further ado and without having a super long intro, let's just get to the maps. However, before we jump into it, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe. I'm almost 2,000 subscribers, and it would be really cool if we could hit that goal before the end of the year, so make sure to do that, and yeah, enjoy the video. What better way to start than a Halo 1 map remake? That's right, gamers, we're starting off with Inmate, a remake of Halo 1's Prisoner, which is one of my favorite linear maps from the first game actually. Now this map in the first game was a bit confusing to get around, and even in Halo Reach it was a bit more confusing, but at least in Reach you had a jetpack. But in this game, with the grappling hook, it is actually the most fun I've ever had on this map. This remake of Prisoner, or Inmate, is a lot more fun than playing it on Combat Evolved or Reach, in my opinion. Using either the repulsor or the grappling hook to travel around the map makes it very vertical, very fun, very fast paced, and even without scaling up the map, it's still so much fun. Also, the map has been remade into a human facility rather than a Forerunner prison, and honestly I kinda like it. The map has always had a dull look, whether it's in Combat Evolved or Reach, and it's still pretty dull in Infinite, but it does match the aesthetic of having a dull look, so changing it to a human look rather than Forerunner I think was pretty cool. And sticking with Halo 1, we have another map, a very big map called Sidewinder, or rather a remake of Sidewinder. Now this remake is very much a work in progress and is not even close to being finished, and as you can tell I had bots on the map but they weren't doing anything because it wasn't ready for bots or anything like that. You'll notice a lot throughout this video that I have bots in like every game because I don't have like 20 people to play with on these maps, so some of them the bots are really good and others I'm just destroying them because they can't operate correctly on the maps. But that's just a heads up for the future of this video. Sidewinder hits the aesthetic perfectly with the snow and the ice with what they can do with the forged materials, and honestly it's quite impressive what people have built just after 2 weeks. And of course, with Halo 1, we can't not talk about the Coagulation / Blood Gulch remake. Now I know Coagulation, you know, it's kind of more like Halo 2's Blood Gulch than Halo 1's Blood Gulch, but it's still really fun and plays very similar. Sure, it has a lot more bumps in the road, but like everything is just perfect. We have power vehicles and all vehicles on spawn. We have Halo 1 teleporters that somebody made a prefab of, which is honestly insane to me. And playing this with a big team battle lobby of like 24 players or more, I'm sure is the most fun people have had. I played Capture the Flag with bots on this and they didn't really know what they were doing, but you can still kind of see the map here. Definitely a blast, and I highly recommend playing this. Every map you see in this video will be in the description on the Halo Waypoint website. If you just go there and bookmark it, you can actually play it in-game with your bookmarks. It syncs up, so it's pretty cool. Now, I do have a lot of maps to get through in this video, and there's a ton of maps I can't even fit into this video, so I'm just gonna fit in all the Halo map remakes right now, because I have 6 of them. So, to start out, let's start out with a lot of people's favorite Halo map of all time, And of course, I'm talking about Lockout. Now, Lockout is a very popular map from Halo 2 and Halo 3. It's a very small 4v4 arena map, and people have enjoyed it for years. It plays very well in Infinite, and with all the equipment and stuff, it's actually just really fun to use the grappling hook to swing around the map. There's countless fun with Infinite's gameplay, even if it's on a classic map. And the map's not scaled up either, so it just makes it even better. Next up, we have an iconic Halo 3 map called Foundry. Now, if you know Foundry, it's the map from Halo 3 that has crates all over the place, and it's kind of the human base in New Mombasa, and it looks great in Infinite too. Halo Infinite's Forge does a really good job at letting you pick whatever kind of style you want, and that includes the rustic feel of the original Halo trilogy. So Foundry and Lockout in a lot of maps have that rustic feel of the early 2000s kind of games, and I really enjoy it. And this map plays extremely well with Infinite yet again. It's not scaled up yet again, and I think everything just kind of works with it. And one of the most iconic Halo maps of all time, The Pit. The Pit has been remade in Infinite, and I love it. There have been many remakes, but I found one specifically that has not been scaled up, and it's absolutely just beautiful to play on. So much fun. It's not like you're flying around the map the whole time. Like, even if it's not scaled up from Halo 3's gameplay, it still works very well. I also did play on a scaled up version of it, and it was alright, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the original. But that's just my opinion, of course. Whether you like the scaled up version or not, I think we can all agree that it looks better than the version that 343 is putting out, so honestly, yeah, it's great. You know what else is great? That's right, Haven from Halo 4. Haven from Halo 4 was just remade on Infinite on release of Forge, and honestly, it looks so beautiful with Infinite's Forerunner art style, and it plays really well, especially since there was sprint in Halo 4. It accommodates Infinite's gameplay very well, especially with the grapple hook, the repulsor, all that stuff. And it's just stunning to look at. Now on to my favorite Halo map of all time. Valhalla from Halo 3 has been remade in Infinite, and let me just say, it looks incredible in Infinite. The only drawback with Infinite's Forge is that it does not have water yet, and therefore you can't like do the waterfall in the stream in Valhalla, but everything else looks one-to-one, and I actually just love this remake so much. Bots didn't work on it, and so I haven't really got to play around on it, but just looking at it, it looks incredible, and I love it. Now, to round off the remakes that I have for this video, I want to end with Damnation from Combat Evolved. Now, I know this is a Combat Evolved map, and I probably should have put it at the beginning of the video. However, the reason I have it here is because Infinite Forges is making a Banished-themed remake of this map, and it honestly just looks really stunning, and I can't wait to play it. There's a blank version of it right now that you can play through, and that's the footage you're seeing right now, but this screenshot right here of Infinite Forges, it looks so good. I just wanted to make it its own thing and not group it together with other Combat Evolved stuff. So honestly, I'm really excited when this comes out. I have no idea when it will, but hopefully it gets added to matchmaking too, because honestly, it just plays perfectly. Alright, next I wanted to cover just a couple of the fun party maps and game modes that you can play in Infinite Forge. To start off, Paintball. In Paintball, you pretty much have a battle rifle that shoots plasma pistol beams, and it makes it look like there's paint going all over the walls and killing people with it, and it's just a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it, even against bots. The next mode is Digletts, which is pretty much you just popping out of a hole in the ground and trying to snipe other people in their other holes, and they can crouch and stand up. It's really funny. I didn't get a chance to play it, but here's some footage of other people playing it. And another one I didn't really get to play because I didn't have people to play with was Duck Hunt, which is a classic game mode that is in Halo and many other games as well. And here's footage of it. It seems to be really fun, and yeah, it seems like a great game mode to play. And from the fun party modes, I want to switch over to map remakes again. However, not from Halo, but from other games. The first one is Rust from Modern Warfare 2. Now, Rust has always been a chaotic map on Modern Warfare, and it's exactly the same with Halo Infinite as well. It's just a panic map that you run around on, and playing against bots, they weren't really that good on this map, so I destroyed them pretty easily, but I can assure you this will be a chaotic map to play on in matchmaking, so it was a lot of fun to play on. It was also weird seeing it on a Halo ring, but that's besides the point. Next one we have up is High Rise, also from Modern Warfare 2, and this map is very faithful to the original. It looks very similar. Someone was able to build an entire city in Forge for the landscape, and you can still do all the jumps and tricks that you were able to do in Modern Warfare 2. It's just so much fun to play in Halo Infinite. Plus, with all the equipment you have and the futuristic weapons, I think it just works really well, and bots definitely destroyed me on this one, but that's because I put them like really high up, and yeah, it's a ton of fun to play, especially with Slayer. There was also a Nuke Town map that I played on, and it was quite a bit of fun. Definitely a work in progress, but I enjoyed myself quite a bit on it. Now, after recording this, I realized there were better Nuke Town maps, but the one I played on, still really fun. It didn't look the greatest, but it was a lot of fun to play on. Plays like normal Nuke Town, but with Halo, still chaotic, like every small map is, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. And there's this one that I didn't get to play on because I didn't know about it, but here's some footage from someone else playing it. This is Dust from CSGO. Now, Dust from CSGO, definitely a super iconic map, definitely the most iconic map from CSGO, and it looks like a lot of fun to play on, so I feel like that was interesting to add that to the game. And to round off my picks for the Forge maps of this video, I want to talk about some original maps made for the game. Some of my favorite original maps made from the game start out with Eternity. Eternity is a map that launched with Forge, and honestly just looks incredible like all the other maps do. It's just this white castle in the middle of space with floating rocks. There's a teleporter at the bottom of the map that lets you go through the top of the map. It's really fun to play on, it plays really well, and it's just stunning to look at. Definitely one of my favorite maps in Forge so far. Now the next one I want to look at is called Hoodlum, another one that was added with Forge, and it gives you that like urban feel of like Halo 2 and like Half-Life 2 and early 2000s games, and I really enjoy it quite a bit. It plays really well, and it's a lot of fun to play on, in my opinion. I don't really have a lot to say about it because I didn't play on it much, but the look of it, I really enjoy quite a bit. Now on to the two most stunning looking maps of this entire video. The first one is called Solution, and this is a really good arena map that has like this very grungy, tangible look to it that like Halo 2 and the old 2000s games had, and it has like the orange skies. It's very industrial, and it's just really, really cool. It looks like a dev-made map. It looks better than a dev-made map, and I love it. It's incredible, and it plays pretty well, I would say. And to end off with this section, I want to talk about Oriole District. This isn't a map you can play on, really, but it's more of a showcase of the potential of Forge. It's just this little narrow, like, streetway, but it has this wasp that comes swinging through back and forth because of the scripting system that you can use in Forge. There's, like, a train going above you and below you. The sky's completely white. This looks better than, like, a lot of games, even outside of Halo Infinite, and I went into Forge and it only used up like 30% of the budget. So you can make a map that looks this good in fidelity, and you can make a whole map that plays really well with it too. Honestly, the expanses of Forge in this game are beyond incredible, and I have no idea how much better it's gonna get, but I know it will get better. There were a ton of maps that like I didn't want to throw into this video because I didn't want to make this video like an hour long, but there were some nice ones like Chiron TL34, which is a classic Combat Evolved map. There was Danger Canyon remake, which also looked really good. There was like this grounded map that made like the forest look really big compared to you, and like that was pretty cool. There was kind of a Sand Trap remake that wasn't really a Sand Trap remake, but it was like kind of loosely inspired by it. I thought it was interesting, but like not what I would want to put in the video because of my specific taste in these maps. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. That would be awesome and incredibly appreciated by me. If you like this Halo Infinite stuff, if you want me to do more, let me know. I think Forge is definitely something that needed to be in this game, and now that it's here, it's definitely brought some new life into it. Even making a video a couple months ago saying I'm done with the game until it's being fixed, it's now being fixed, and it's honestly incredible, so I might do more content on it. I'm not sure right now, but so far, Forge is incredible. They added other things with the update, but this is definitely the thing that shines the most out of it. Sorry I've been a little absent for like the last 3 weeks or so. I've been very busy and stocked up on, you know, stuff I need to do in real life, so I didn't have time to make any videos, but this is definitely something I wanted to touch on because it's a really big deal to me, because Halo is my favorite video game franchise, and so anything that I can see to make it succeed is definitely something I want to report on. But yeah, I have nothing more to add to this video, not really, so yeah, see you guys in the next one.